not a king, I am not a god, I am Humpday.
What's good everyone, welcome. I heard the nerfed SLAM, so here I am delivering a new build to take down level 9199 steel path enemies in Warframe with the Incarnon Magistar. Let me show you first the power of this weapon after the SLAM nerf. The nerfs and Hank buffs. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. I know, much appreciated at 79.9% of you watching and not subscribed. My methods on building weapons and warframes is DVS. Following it, you will create your own powerful builds. Remember, Tano, if you don't like my methods on how I proc an armor strip, check the sheet, will help you maneuver around them. Stick to the community guideline for comments what to do, not to do to keep it a constructive feedback. Remember, Tano, we take Revenant, so we don't boost the weapon in any way. So if you take the build with Warframes that boost the damage, you will receive better results. If not, you will receive the same results, and that's the point. Also, we take things to level cap not as a show-off, but to take down enemies at their prime EHP effective hit points. As enemies with level, they scale on health, shields, and over guard. Now, let's go for the build. Starting with the Warframe, I'll be running 2 Emerald Archon shards to push the stacks of corrosive from 10 to 14 to armor strip enemies with corrosive sources like Tempest Barrage, Helmet Ability, or any weapon like, for example, Compressor or Shadow or any other primer. But if you have another source of stripping enemies armor like Unairo Fox School or any Helmet Ability like Thero Strike, Pillage, Terrify, you don't need them. Run something else you want. The other Archon shards, they're Violet Archon shards for critical damage on melee weapons, but run them Tau Forced if you can. Helmet Ability, it doesn't really matter, and run any Helmet Ability you want. My recommendation is Wrathful Advance. When it comes to Revenant, it's simple and doesn't have anything to do with anything, just Arcane Fury for melee damage. Nira Anguish and Nira Hatred, they got nerfed as well, as they was not working as intended to based on Pablo. So they are working properly now. They will not do the crazy damage like before, but still they're very, very, very powerful. Now, when it comes to the Magistar Incarnon forms, Incarnon Evolution 1, reach 6 combo and then heavy attack using the button in the mouse wheel to activate Incarnon form. Melee damage, initial combo, heavy attack, wind up speed, sprint speed, and parkour velocity. Evolution 2, we will be using the Edge of Justice. Evolution 3, we'll be using the range. Evolution 4, we will be using the increase critical chance by 16%, increase base critical damage multiplier by 1%. Now for the build, we're running Shattering Storm for the stance, Blood Rush, more combo, more critical chance, Seismic Wave for damage on slams. Primal Smite Greeneer is multiplicative damage against the faction you're fighting. You want to replace every time you're fighting a different faction. But if you don't like to keep switching them up, and I hope soon they give us universal mod where we trade all our Smite mods, faction mods to get a universal one. You can go for example, my favorite will be the Galvanized Elementalist, statue damage and on kill more statue chance, and since we have Toxin and Slash, there you go, it's multiplicative on Slash, Heat, Electricity, Toxin, Blast and Gas. Sacrificial Steel for critical chance and more for the heavy attacks with the Sacrificial Pressure. If you don't want to use Sacrificial Pressure and Sacrificial Steel, run the Galvanized Steel instead and take down Sacrificial Pressure and run the Primed Pressure point right here instead. Okay, but like so, will be alright as well. Primed Fever Strike for Toxin or Gunshot for critical damage, Gladiator Might for critical damage and critical chance per combo multiplier. Now comes the melee crescendo. Crescendo is simple. When you perform a finisher, you gain 6 initial combo, and that combo will remain for the rest of your mission. Means you will have 12 combo multipliers, and even if you perform heavy attack, they will come back 12 combo multipliers. But how you perform finishers? either using Vazarin Fox School, second ability on operator to ragdoll them and press X to finisher, or you can use Naramon, second ability operator, you dash and you perform finisher. Make sure to reactivate the second ability every single time before you perform finisher, or you can use Bronco Dizzying rounds augment, or you can use Aerial mods in any rifle or whatever you want. So yeah, that's the point in there. Now, Vazarin is to get the combo multipliers fast, but you can run any of the previous methods I just mentioned for you, or other Warframes that performs finishers. When it comes to Companion, I'm using Nautilus. Finishes bond for critical damage. If your sentient weapon has 50% plus critical chance, you need a Riven for that. Just with critical chance, doesn't have to have that CCCD damage like mine. Now, if you don't have Verglass Riven and you want the critical damage, a Primed Laser Rifle, Volclock, or Burst Laser Prime will do the job as well. Now, let's go and again summon level 230 Heavy Corrupted Gunners. And this is how Vazarin exactly works. Second ability, and press X, and you'll be performing ground finishers like so, and we get the 12 combo multiplier. Now for the VS, Viral and Stripping, we'll be using the Compressor, like so, and then we'll just jump all the way up and slam. And there you go, 200, 300 million, easy as that. Now what happened exactly with the slam? So DE nerfed the slam radius and the Nira set. Nira set, you already know about that, but the slam radius. Why? So DE stops you from doing this. No, the hopping like this. I never used it honestly, but if you do it fast enough, you kind of bugs it out like this, and you'll be clearing the map and people using macros and stuff like that. So what they did, they made the radius is affected by how far you jump. So if you look at the animation right here, look, if I just jump and slam, the radius is small, but if I go all the way up and go all the way down, you can already see that the radius is bigger. So that's the whole nerf is about, and people who doesn't like it, they just don't want to jump all the way up. For me, I think jumping all the way up is really nice, as it gives you chance for your combo to come back and you're good to go, unless you're using something else. Now, let's equip Mirage and boost this weapon with Wrath for Advance and Eclipse. For time, Pressa, boom, Wrath for Advance, Eclipse, all the way up, and shkaboom. And that's, I don't know how much is that. That's a lot. That's like 12 billion or more than 12 billion damage. Go, Compressor, Armor Stripping them, and Proc Viral on them at this time. Jumping all the way up, and they died before even I touched them. But one more time, because I know you guys love big numbers. And I am using the Nira set, so you know. And boom. That damage cap, damage cap, damage cap. That's really powerful. And that's exactly what I meant earlier when I said, you boost the weapon, you receive better results. You don't boost it, you're still doing hundreds of million without boosts. And that's exactly my point right there. Right, let's do it one more time to these guys. One more damage cap. And boom. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. That's just crazy. And by this we reach the end of our video. I hope you like it. I will give the Magistar after the Slam nerf 7 out of 10. Still very powerful weapon and worth building 100%. And Slam is not dead. Just bunny hopping is dead. That's all what I can tell you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join me on my Discord. Link in the description. Follow me on Twitch and TikTok. Special thanks to Hall of members, special VIPs, and distributed donators on Hall of Donations and everyone in my community. I'll see you guys on the next video.